Hi gang, it's Hexy. Let's talk some more Fateful Lightning here. Okay, so while I say this game has been interesting with its mechanics, I wasn't sure where it was going. Well, the last turn, which was the late afternoon turn on July 1st, we're now into the evening to get ready to start the evening and night turns. Both sides had partial initiative, which means they could get in close and engage. And boy, did this change the face of this game. So let's take a real quick look here at the casualty boxes. Oops, go down. So here are the casualties right now for the Union. All right, I got to do the end of turn phase. So almost everything you see there, except for I think the cannons and the cavalry, will come back on the map at the cost of these chits going down. This is how you account for strength. All right, these units that are in this route track, that one in the 0, he'll come back on the map, and the other 2 will slide down 1. So in a reversal of how it actually happened, where the 11th Corps was decimated, which actually they got beat up pretty good too, the 1st Corps really got it handed to them. All right, no leaders lost, but the 6th Wisconsin, the 143rd Pennsylvania, they got eliminated, and their hero went with them. Confederates, they've suffered some too, mostly Early and Rhodes, and they've got units in their route track, and those units will also come back on at the cost of some of these extra strength markers. So that's how they account for the casualties, and then eventually those will run to 0, and there won't be any more replaced, or won't be any more, they won't have any more strength. Those units, when they get eliminated, they'll be eliminated. So let's take a look at the battlefront here. Let's get this puppy right on here. All right, so we have, let's tilt you this way. All right, so Pender is over here moving around to the right. All right, Anderson's following him because Heath and Rhodes and Early have all this covered. So Early's pressure to the city forced the 1st Corps and it kept Buford's cavalry up here for a while to fill in holes, but now they're starting to get away. But 1st Corps was starting to get encircled, and once we rolled that partial initiative for both sides, and the Confederates were able to start getting in close and actually doing attacks, so it sort of changed the way things are going. So now 1st Corps just got decimated trying to get out of there, and the rest of their reinforcements are arriving, which is Robinson, the 2nd Division. So they're coming up, and you can see where they're coming. They're coming to this southern portion of Seminary Ridge here to try to slow down Pender as he crosses over McPherson's Ridge. So you have three types of combats here. You can do what they call bombard, which is range fire, which you can't eliminate. You can eliminate units with a certain roll, but then you have attack, which is attack is more of we're only a few yards apart and we're shooting into each other. And then you have charge, which would be your melee, charging into somebody hand-to-hand fighting, which I've done a couple of those and they've paid off early. So, but they can be pretty brutal too. So Early 11th Corps is actually holding their own, and now their reinforcements that have finally gotten up here are crossing over Cemetery Hill, and they're going to start closing out this flank, okay, or blocking that flank. And then Heath and Rhodes will have to move down through the city and eat west of the city. 1st Corps this part of 1st Corps is coming up, while what was on the McPherson's Ridge is falling back. Pretty similar to what actually happened on the first day. Only, like I say, the 1st Corps has really taken a pounding. But like I say, they'll get most of that back now. So the game has an interesting system for accounting for casualties. All right, Baltimore Pike. So 12th Corps come in, and I took a risk with the Confederate cavalry, the small units that come on the board near the beginning, and ran all the way down here. Now, they've suffered some eliminations up there in the box. Did they slow them down? Well, no, not the main body, because with a partial activation or initiative, they still only get 1 movement point. So that means the most they can move is 3 hexes, unless you have these leaders. So they happen to have 2 leaders, Williams and Slocum, and they ran up here with stacks to get in the face of this Confederate cavalry. Now they've chased them off. So it won't slow the main body down. Now the question is what to do with the main body, because if memory serves me, Slocum originally, because him and Mr. Howard, Oliver Otis, didn't get along, Slocum came up the Baltimore Pike. Man, here I'm on the wrong side. Slocum came up the Baltimore Pike, and if I remember right, he turned off somewhere over in here and started to move around on the Confederate flank, and then stopped, and I don't know, had lunch or tea and biscuits or something, and then eventually turned around and went this way back up the Baltimore Pike to the battlefield to Culp's Hill. And then, of course, he ended up splitting his forces between Culp's Hill and then down towards the Little Round Top. So now my question is, with the victory locations being, one of them being out over here, that way, this way, if I need to divert this 12th Corps up this way, up this road here, and then turn west down the Hanover Road. Because I don't want to give that exit hex over there, I don't want to give the Confederates free range to that, because when the combat trains comes on, all he'd have to do is move over there and get a victory condition. All right, so that's pretty much it for the daylight turns of July 1st, other than me putting the adjusting the strength markers or getting the units back on the map using the extra strength markers. But not quite the line that was at Gettysburg, but really not far from it. I mean, you know, I don't know if the Confederacy could roll up on and take East Cemetery Hill right now, because the 11th Corps is, while they're beat up a little bit, they've got 2 divisions that are untouched that are rolling in on Cemetery Hill right now. And the 1st Corps has an entire division. Now you got 12th Corps coming up. So the Confederates are sitting on the map with Early, Rhodes, Heath, Pender, and Anderson. So 5 divisions. And the Union is sitting on the map with 1st Corps, 11th Corps, and the 12th Corps on the map, and some cavalry. And the Confederates have a little bit of cavalry too. And I also believe in the middle of the night that the Confederates will also get Johnson's division from the 2nd Corps, which will roll up here and join Rhodes and Early more than likely. All right, so this game's playing pretty interesting. So I'm already through day 1. So in reality, there's evening. I don't know what the special rules are yet for evening and night. I'm going to go look that up. But for the most part, we've got 2 days left at Gettysburg to go. So, well, 4 if you play through July 4th. All right, so this is Fateful Lightning by XTR, made in, I don't know, 1700 and something. I don't know. What did I say it was? 1992, I think. And let's get this thing posted so y'all can see what's going on. Very interesting game. Oh, yeah, and I am still playing some other games right now. I'll be shooting some videos soon with Enemy Action Ardennes, which I've been playing. I played a few movements in that. And I'm setting up one of the Coming Storm. Yeah, the Coming Storm, a Napoleonic game. I'm going to be setting the pieces up on that here before long, too. All right, this is Hexy. Let's get this up. Let y'all see what's going on. Give me your complaints, your comments, your suggestions down in the messaging below. You know the deal. Subscribe, hit that bell so you can see what's going on. Hey, we're closing on 900. You know me, I want to work to 1,000 because I want the wireless stream to be able to be used on YouTube. All right, talk to y'all soon. Peace.